Hello and welcome to the tutorial for Only the Good Die Young. I am very excited about teaching this one of my very favorite Billy Joel songs, and certainly one of the tunes that has lasted the test of time for him and become very famous. This is a very fun song to play in person. And so I'm going to try and teach you not only what was done in the studio version, but also any little, as always, I try to throw in all the little live tricks that Billy tends to do in these tutorials so that you have all of that to go on as well, because I want you to get a full, kind of a full picture. You know, I want you to have a full toolbox to draw from when you play these songs. So I appreciate you purchasing this and joining me for the next hour to 2 hours. I don't even know how long it's going to take, but we will go as long as necessary to get all the information out there and correct. So I applaud you, as always, for taking this time to try and better yourself as a player and bring a little more joy into your life by learning how to do something that you really want to do. So without further ado, I will get started in just one moment. Okay, well, the first place we are going to start is we're actually going to learn the little introduction. We'll do this kind of chronologically. So what we need to do is we need to learn that little piano thing that he does at the beginning, the little ditty that goes like so. Okay, so that's what we're going to work on first. So, first of all, your left hand, you're going to come down, find middle C, and then find an octave below that. You're going to play octaves on this middle C or on this C, not this middle C, but this C with your thumb, and that C with your pinky. And you have to have your sustain pedal down because it needs to ring. Bum. Okay? Now, up here, you need to find, this is how I do it. Now, Billy Joel might very well do it like this. Okay? I don't do it that way. I play one note with my left hand and I stretch my hands out, so I can only show you the way I do it. Okay? So what you're going to do is, here's your middle C again, find an octave above that. By the way, I play the same notes Billy does, I'm just not necessarily using the same fingering, and I might be. He might do it that way, but I haven't ever been able to get a clear shot of his fingers to see exactly how he's doing it. But I have listened and listened and listened and listened and listened and listened, and I have this down. We are playing the right notes. So anyway, find this C with your thumb and this C with your pinky, and then you need to find an F with your index finger, and then you need to find an A with either your middle finger or your ring finger. I tend to play it with my ring finger. Okay? So, as always, I'm not going to be a Nazi about fingering. You need to pick the fingering that works best for you. I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to show you the right notes, but you ultimately have to come up with something that feels comfortable to you. So, and you're going to have to practice and see where that falls. So anyway, this chord right here, C, F, A, and C, is your opener with your right hand, and you're on these two C's with your left hand like so. Alright? By the way, this is a good place before I've made 10,000 mistakes. I just want you to know I will make some errors, and I will always just say, oops, I goofed, and own it. And the reason that I'm going to make some errors is twofold. First and foremost, I do the very best job I can to keep my hand clear out of the way so that you can see the keys I'm pressing down. Now when I'm playing, I'm like so. See what I'm saying? So I might play along and I'll go. So whatever that is, it's harder for you to see when I have all my fingers up, because I might only be playing 2-3 notes at a time, but all 5 of my fingers are up there and they're in the way. So when I'm teaching these lessons, I do my very best to keep out of the way so you can see just the notes that are being pressed. But it's a weird way to play the piano. So I'm going to make some mistakes. The other thing that's happening is I'm staring constantly at my view screen for the camera, which is showing me what I'm doing from your perspective. But for me, it's that big. For you, it'll be on your computer screen, or it'll be on your TV monitor or whatever. And so it's a lot larger. But for me, it's very tiny, and so I'll be staring up at the view screen and not at my hands. So occasionally I'm going to make a goof. It's okay, mistakes are alright. I will just always say, hey, made a mistake, ignore that, let me try that again and play it right. So, just owning that right now in the early part of the video. So let's move on, shall we, with this opener. So we found here and here. Excuse me. So we have C's in the left hand, and we have an F chord sandwiched in between 2 C's in the right hand. So, what does the right hand do? Well, this is your first chord, and it is bum, 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 bum. So you play that chord a few times. And then you simply move up one white key rather, all the way across the board. So we move up to a G chord with D's on the top and the bottom. D, G, B, and D. And then you move up another white note. See? So you're here, then to here, and then you're onto an A minor chord with E's on the top and the bottom, which is E, A, C, and E. Then back down to this G chord here, which is D, G, B, and D. And then when you come back down, rather than being on an F chord, we are on a C chord, which is C, E, G, and C. So watch that really slow. Let me play that again, really slow again. Okay. So what is the left hand doing besides just this octave thing down here? So you've hit this and you've got your sustain pedal on so that it rings. Bum. Now, we move up all of a sudden, so your first note is played with these C's. Bum. Now your left hand comes up to an F, and it is F, 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 G, A, G, E, E. Watch that. I'm just going to play the left hand part really slow. Watch here. Excuse me, I'm going to do that again, slower. One more time. so that together you get this effect. Watch that again. I'm going to play it even slower. Really slow. Again, that much, really slow. Okay? A couple more times I'll play them not at full speed, but a little bit faster. Okay? So that brings us that far. That's your opening line. Okay? So, where do we go from there? Well, so we've come this far. Okay, so we were here. Now your right hand is in this C chord, which is C, E, G, and C. Okay? So now we come down to a G chord, which is with B's on the top and the bottom here. B, D, G, and B. Okay? Okay? And we've moved from an E to a D in the left hand. We were here. Now we move to an F chord with A's on the top and the bottom in your right hand, which is here. A, C, F, and A. And we move to an F in the left hand. Okay. Okay. So watch what the right hand does by itself here. We were here. Excuse me here. See how that is? It's just the same chord. This A, C, F, and A. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, and your left hand was just going. Okay? Now, the left hand has a little bit of movement there. It goes, we already learned this, ba-bum. So we were here, bum, 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 bum. D, F, F, E, D. Watch that in context with the right hand. Okay? So let's look at the entire line so far up to that point, and I'm going to play it really slow, both hands. time, really slow. Except this time I'm going to play it right. See, that's one of those mistakes I told you I promised I'd make. Okay? And just one more time to make sure we've got it. Okay? Okay? So, where are we going next? So we've gone this far. I'm just going to play through it. Helps me remember. Okay? So, that's the next section we're going to learn. So what happens here? Watch the right hand. From here, we jump clear up to a G chord. A G7 chord is what I actually usually play. And it is D, F, B, and D. And then from here we move to another G chord, and it's just a B, D, G, B. From here to here. Then down to an F chord, which is A, C, F, and A. And then down to a C chord, which is G, C, E, G. And that's twice. Bum, bum. So, watch this in slow motion coming out of, well, actually, we'll just go from here. We'll just go from this spot we just played. We were here a minute ago. Okay, that's where we'll start. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, that's where I'm going to be. So watch this really slow. We were here. Bum, 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 bum. Ha! Sorry about that. One more time. Bum, 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 bum. One more time, slow. Bum. One more time, slow again. Okay? So, what's the left hand doing? Excuse me. Okay? So, let's walk through what that is. The left hand was here. We already learned this part. Dum, dum, bum, bum. So what we are is we're bum, F, F, E, D, D, G, then down an octave G, G, C, C. So F, F, E, D, D, G, G, excuse me, G, G, C, C. So watch this really slow. One more time, I'll try not to make that little error. One more time. So what's happening with the two of them together? Excuse me. Need to look at my hands and not the camera. One more time. So this can be a little tricky. When you jump down that octave to the G, you're actually playing an F chord over the G, which is A, C, F, and A. Ah. Okay, one more time, really even slower. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play from the beginning of the intro all the way to this point really slow a few times so that you can see it all in context. Okay, here we go again, even slower. I made a mistake there. I'm going to do it again, but slower. Believe it or not, it's actually harder to play this slow than it is at real tempo once you learn it. So let me do that again for you a couple times and play it right. Okay, and again. And just one more for good measure. Okay, so use that, and then what happens the second time? Well, it's pretty similar, except now instead of coming down on octave C's, we come down on octave F's. Okay, the right hand is going to do something you've already learned, which is okay, again slow. Except now it's just over this octave F. And your left hand comes up and does what you've already learned there as well, which is you're here and then you come up and go F, 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 G, A, G, F, excuse me, F, 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 G, A, G, E, E. See there? Just like we did at the very beginning, so it's very repetitive. We've had to play that line twice. Okay? We were here. Now we move down to our G chord, which is B, D, G, and B. And we come down to a D in the left hand. And from there we move to an F chord, which in our right hand is A, C, F, and A. And an F down here in the left hand. And it's F, E, F, E, D, D, G, F, E, D, D, G. it's just this chord, bum, bum, bum. Okay, so where do we go from here? We are on this F chord. Bum, 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 and then we move up to a D minor chord. This is a little bit different from what we did before, and that's D, F, A, D. And then we move to a G chord, which is B, D, G, and B over our lower G here. And if you want to, you can play G and D together just to fill it up. Boom. Okay, watch that again. One more time. Okay, so just from the second half of the intro, which is where we come down an octave Fs, I'm going to play that part from there to the end so you can see it slow motion. Play it a little cleaner this time. One more time for good measure. Okay, now let's look at the entire thing from beginning to end, and I'll play it slow, and I will do my best not to make any mistakes. But I can't promise you anything, gang. I'm human. Alright, here we go. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, let's look at that. I'm just going to keep doing that a few more times because I don't think the repetition ever hurts. And one more time for good measure. And when you get it up to speed, it's like so. Okay? So I'm going to go through it just one more time at kind of a slower pace, and then we will move on to what you play during the verse. Okay. Congratulations, that is the intro to Only the Good Die Young. We will move on to the verses in just a momento. Alright, we're going to move on to what you do during the verses, which is, come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay? So, we are going to be we're in the key of C here, which is a good old friendly key, but we're actually going to be starting on an F chord. So what is the left hand doing? Well, the left hand is following a pattern that is like this. Okay? So, you're going to be in octaves, or you don't have to be in octaves. You could just do it like this. If you just want to play one note. So I'll tell you the notes. You decide whether you want to play octaves, or just a single note, or just kind of a combination of the two. It's really up to you. But it's F, C, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. See? F, C, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Okay, from there we go back down to G, and then we repeat the line sort of F, C, F, F sharp, G, D, C, E. Okay? So watch this line. F, C, F, F sharp, G, D, C, E. So this is the entire line in the left hand at that point. F, C, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, G, F, C, F, F sharp, G, D, C, E. Even slower, just watch it. So it's pretty repetitive, okay? F, C, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, G, F, C, F, F sharp, G, D, C, E, F, C, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, G, F, G. And at full speed, it's like... It's pretty straightforward. It's just on quarter notes. A 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, what is the right hand doing? Well, we're in a kind of a shuffle, which means that you have to swing your eighth notes, meaning it's just not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're playing on the downbeats. You're playing on the on beats, rather, in your left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See? But in your right hand, you're going to be hitting chords, and you're going to be hitting them in the off beats. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So I'll show you what the chords are, but just so you can see how the effect is, it's like your right hand plays a note and your left hand follows it. Okay, so what chords are we playing? Well, we start out on an F chord, which I play here. You could play it in any inversion you want, really, whatever sounds good to you, but I believe that where it's being played through most of the song is down here with your pinky on F, index finger on middle C, and your thumb on an A. Okay, so you play it 1, 1. See how that goes? F, F chord. Only until you play the G in your left hand do you switch up to a G chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you actually play the F chord 4 times after 4 different bass notes. So your F, C, F, F sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're on this F chord. Okay? See, in slow motion. Then when we come down here, you play the G chord twice after 2 beats, which is G, G sharp. Okay? And the G chord is B, D, and G. So we were here. Now here. And now we just move up 1 white key apiece again to an A minor chord, which is C, E, and A. You have A, and that's for 2 beats. With an A and then down to a G in the bass. So watch this in slow motion, watch both hands. Again. Excuse me. Again. Okay, now we're back down to an F chord because you're going, and then to a G chord. So we are again on the F for 4 counts, and then the G for 2 counts. When we're going from G to D, and now we play a C chord, which I play right here, which is C, E, and G for 2 counts. Okay, so watch how that all plays out in context with the whole line. Sorry, I was yawning and it caused me to screw up, so let me do that one more time. Okay, watch that again, because that, just for the continuity. Okay, and one more time. Okay? Now we just follow this same pattern again. And then we come down on an F chord here, which is A, C, and F, and an F double and an F bass in octaves. Bum. And then a G chord again, which is just like there, B, D, and G. Okay, so let me play the entire line, and I'm going to have you watch from beginning to end, from the beginning to where we just stopped. So take a look. Okay, one more time. And just one more time, because you can fast forward it if you already know it, and if you don't, it'll just always help to see it again and again and again. Okay, and you actually play through that little line twice, because it says, you know, come out Virginia, don't let me wait, you Catholic girls start much too late, oh, but sooner or later it comes down to fate, I might as well be the one. Well, they showed you a statue, told you to pray, they built you a temple and locked you away, but they never told you the price that you pay, the things that you might have done. Well, only the good die young. Okay, so what we're going to work on in the next section is just the so we'll get to that, but I'm going to play through that entire line one more time slow, and then one time at full speed for you to watch. So here we go, one more last time. And then you just repeat that. So at full speed. Congratulations, that is the verse. We will get to the chorus where we say, only the good die young, in the next section. Okay, we are on to what is the chorus, as it were, which is only the good die young. Only the good die young. Only the good die young. Okay, so what happens? Well, let's look at the left hand first. We start on a C, and it's just two C's. Bum, 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 bum. Okay? An accent. Jump, bum. The bum, okay? So what we do is we play that twice like I just showed you. Bum, bum. And if you're counting it, 1, 2, it's 2 quarter notes. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, 3, wait. A 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 4. Okay? A 1, 2, 4. On C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it moves to an F. And it's F, C, F, C. So, a 1, 2, 3, 4, F, C, F, C. Then we move to a G and we do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then C, G, C, G. Okay, so watch that in its entirety in a little bit of slow motion. Here's your tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, C, 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 F, C, F, C, G, 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 C, G, C, G, C, 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 F, C, F, C, G, 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 C, G, C, G. Okay, so now up here we're playing a C chord. And it's C, E, and G. So right here, bum, bum. Now, so watch, jump, bum, 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 bum. Now what happens next? Well, there's a little maneuver I'm going to show you. Bum, bum. Hear that? Bum. Jump, jump, bum. Okay? Jump, bum. What it is, we move from this, we've played the 2 C chords, dum, dum. Now we move to an F chord, which is C, F, and A. It's in a second inversion there. For those of you who know chord symbols, if you don't, just ignore it. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our thumb kind of like a hinge. We're going to play the C by itself, and then we're going to come down with our middle finger and our pinky finger on F and A like so. Ba-bum bum, ba-bum bum, da-dum bum, ba-dum bum, bum. So bum, bum, ba-bum bum, ba-bum bum. See? Bum, bum, ba-bum bum, ba-bum bum. See? Bum, bum, ba-bum bum, ba-bum bum. Bum, bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, ba-bum bum, ba-bum bum. Over the top of that, ba-bum bum. Even slower. Okay? Then we come down on the G chord, which is B, D, and G, the same way. Bum, 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 bum. And we use the same technique only on a C chord, so it's C and then E and G. Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum. So let me play through this whole line. Just watch what I'm doing in kind of slow motion. We're going to start on Only the Good Die Young. Okay, so, and here's our tempo. Only the good die young. 2, 3, 4. that better this time because I screwed the end up there, but still getting the point across here. So one more time, here we go. One more time. Okay, let me even slow it down further for you. See how you're using that thumb as a hinge? And it gives you that, what it gives you is sort of, it simulates what's happening, because this thing's got an acoustic guitar going through the whole way, going doonka chaka doonka chaka doonka doonka dajunga dajunga da bum bum da 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 dajunda dajun dun. Okay, so we're kind of picking up the slack there, but that's kind of what you'd be doing anyway. That's the rhythm that we need to be going for. So let me play through that one more time slow, and then I'll play through it one more time at full speed. Okay, and at full speed it's okay, that's how it comes off. Now I'm going to show you a variation for those of you who, instead of just playing that, would like to simulate the saxophone line that you hear, the one that goes. That might be what you prefer to play, and so I'm going to show you that line. You're going to play the exact same thing in the left hand. Bum 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 bum. Okay? The only difference is that in the right hand, instead of going now, instead of doing that, what you're going to do is you're just going to let your left hand do the bum bum, and here is the line: C E G C A F. Okay. Okay. Now, what do I do after that? To follow it up, then I play these two notes, A and C, and then I play the same two notes with an F on top. So it looks like so. So again, here we go. Okay, one more more time. Excuse me. And again. Okay, now on the G chord, you do your two G's, bum, bum, and the line is D, G, B, D, E, C. And the follow-up chord is these two notes, E and G, and then the same two notes with a C. So, like this. So let's look at that entire line with both parts, one after another. Okay, one more time, I'm going to slow it down even more. One more time, I'll try to clean it up a little bit. Again, sorry, it's trying to play with your fingers all out of the way like that. Okay, so that's what you can do at full speed. Obviously, it comes off like this. So those are your two options, and congratulations, you've just learned the chorus. That gets you through every time he says, only the good die young. That's what I said. Only the good die young. Only the good die young. So, there you go. We're going to move on to what we play at the various times when we go, say, you know, your mother da 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 da. Okay? That's coming up in the next section, so I'll see you there. Alright. So now we are going to learn what I would call the bridge of the song, which is where they say, you know, you got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation. Okay? Now we're going to be very much, it's the same style, that whole, so that's the same kind of style that you're going to be playing through this section. Where we start is, and it's very simple, when you say, you got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation, you just have a couple of, just on the count 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, bum 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 bum. Okay, so we're just gonna be playing on that. It's a G7 chord, which I play here, which is B, D, F, and G. You got a nice, and of course G octaves in the bass. You got a nice white dress, Santa. And then it goes to an F7 chord, so you move down to Fs in your left hand. And it's A, C, E flat, and F. Party on your confirmation. You got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation. And then you're on a C chord just doing this little dance. Dum, dum, ba, dum, ba, dum, ba, dum, ba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it goes to a D7 chord, which is you're going to be playing C, F sharp, and A up here. And you're going to be on D and A, toggling between D and A in your left hand. So remember, you were here. You got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation. You got a brand new soul. Oh, and then it's an F chord. So you're to F and C down here. And you go to an F chord here, which is C, F, and A. Then you're right back to this whole business. Okay, so watch how this all plays out. You got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation. You got a brand new soul. Oh, and a cross of gold. But Virginia, they didn't give you quite enough information. You didn't count on me. You were counting on your rosary. Okay? So I'm going to play that without singing over the top, but I was just trying to give you some perspective on where we are in the song, and I apologize because, you know, I'm not doing one of my videos that I do, you know, just one of my YouTube music videos. I don't want to, if I sang it up where he sings it, I'd blow your eardrums out where the microphone on this camera is. So, without singing, but that shows you where we're at. Sorry there. Okay. One more time, I'm even going to slow it down just a little bit. Now, the last thing you need to know about that section is when he goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, it's you didn't count on me. You were counting on your rosary. Oh, 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 come out. Okay, now here's what he's doing. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. He plays on quarter notes. It's a G chord, which is here. Okay, which is D, G, and B. And he moves what we call chromatically down. So it's this chord, and then we move to what is essentially a G flat chord or an F sharp chord, which is C sharp or D flat, F sharp or G flat, A sharp or B flat, right here. and then it's an F chord. C, F, and A. And then we move down to what would be like an E minor chord. B, E, and G. And what I like to do on that one is kind of make this E flat a little bit of a pickup, so that it's, you just kind of brush against it with your index finger. Bum, 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 bum. Whoa, 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 come out, come out, come out. See how that works? And then you're all ready to hit your F chord right here. Back to the verse just like we learned. So it's here to here to here to here. So let me do the entire line and end it with that. You know that part because we've already learned it. That is the bridge. In the next section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you when the saxophone solo comes in, because you're on those chords. I'm going to show you what to do there, and then how to work your way right back into this, what we've just learned, because the second half after the saxophone solo is just essentially this again. Okay, so I will see you in the next section. Alright, now we are going to look at what goes on when that saxophone solo comes in. Alright, there is an important, very interesting and cool, fun part for the piano. I'm very sad to see that in the last like 10 years or so, Billy doesn't seem to do this live anymore. I don't know if it hurts his hands or if they've just decided that it's cleaner without it or what, but up until about 2006, anytime I saw him play, when you'd get to this part, he would do this. Okay? And I missed that. That's in the original recording, and it's in every live recording I can find up until the point, like I say, around 2006, he just lets the sax come in and go. So if you've seen him recently, I'm sorry, he doesn't do that anymore, but I still think it's cool, and I want you to have it in your toolbox if you want. So you're going to be on G in the bass, and instead of just being like a, it actually is more of a pedal. You hold it, bum. You want to put your sustain pedal down and let it ring. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, G and down to F. Now where your hand is up here, I need you to find, here's middle C. Here's an octave above middle C. Here's an octave above that. Your pinky is on the G up here. Just barely in the screen there. Okay? Your thumb is on this G, and your middle finger is going to be on the D in between. And your index finger is going to be toggling this D flat or C sharp right here. So what happens is, it's just a very fast motion. It's 1E, and it's like triplet, 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 triplet. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Your thumb and your pinky finger are going to play every note, or play on every beat. Da 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 da. Okay? And then what happens here is that your index finger is going to be 1 on 1, and then your middle finger on D is going to be 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Together it's like this. In fact, you can do it that way, or you can, if it's simpler, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it can just be on 1, and then play this 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like so. In fact, that's what I would recommend. You could do it either way, but I think it will sound better even to just go. See how that works? Okay, so on over a G bass. The next chord is an F. So you go to F's in the bass, and you move your thumb to an A. Keep your pinky on a G because we're going to be playing an A9 here. Your toggle note is a D, and then your middle finger is going to be on an E flat. So bum 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 bum. So it was here, then here, even slower. One more time, slow. And then here. Then we go to a C bass and do much the same thing, except now we're on G's again. Your toggle note is an E flat, and your E natural here is where your middle finger is. And that actually goes through 2 measures. So we were just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like 1, if you count it in 4, 1, 2, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we go through that twice on the C. So and you can come in you can play this twice if you want, but it's not really that important. You can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4 if you care to. So let me play that whole line slow. Watch where we're going. Okay, now I'm going to warn you, it's going to take, you might have to get used to it. Your wrist is going to have to become more supple. Try not to tense up. Try to stay as loose as you can when you're doing this. Okay, now I know that seems strange because you're going to want to tense your forearm up. But, you know, if you want to preserve your wrist, if you want to be careful not to give yourself carpal tunnel, you know, you need to work to do that as loose as you can. So practice it slow and increase your speed. essentially, well, I'll do it one more time slow so you can see it. Okay? And when you finally get it up to speed, it's like this. Okay? So that's where you go, and then you just come right back down and finish. This is essentially like going. That's what it replaces. So when you come back into rhythm, you come back in on your D7 chord here. And then it said your mother told you all that I could give you was a reputation. Well, you've already learned this. Did she ever say a prayer for me? Oh, 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 come out, come out, come out. Okay, so you already know that part all the way through to. Okay, so in the next section, what I'm going to do is show you how you use a similar technique in the final verse when it says, you know, come out, come out, come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. You know, so I'll show you that whole little line and then we'll go on to how to end it. So I'll be with you in just a second. All right, so now where we are is in the final verse. Whoa, 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 so come out, come out, come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. And he comes up and he plays a little bit of that kind of Jerry Lee Lewis-y thing. Okay, now I am going to show you the full extended version because on the recording, first of all, the recording is at a much slower tempo than they usually do it live. Okay, the recording is something like, come on, Virginia, don't let me wait. You Catholic girls just not much too late. Oh, but sooner or later comes down to fate. I might as well be the one. Okay, but generally speaking, when you see them do it live, they're doing it more at like, come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. You Catholic girls not much too late. Oh, but sooner or later comes down to fate. I might as well be the one. Okay, so the reason that that's important is that when you are going triplet, 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 triplet like that with your wrist, makes a big difference when you're playing it at the recording speed versus what they usually do it live. So how long you can sustain it. Okay, so on the recording, when they get to that whole thing, it looks like this. They go, you know, come, whoa, 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 come out, come out, come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. And it's like, this is how long it goes on. Okay, but live, he'll usually just kind of come up and brush on it for a second and come down. So it'll be like, whoa, 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 so come out, come out, come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. You Catholic girls, not much too late, but sooner or later comes down to fate. I might as well be the one. Okay, so I'm going to show you the extended version. Depending on how you like to do it, it may be more practical to just play on just one chord and then come back down and go right back into the rhythm part that you normally play. So I'll leave that up to you. But so here we are. You're whoa, 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 come out, come out, come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. Now you're on F, C, F, F sharp, G, D, C, 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 E, dun, dun, boom, boom, boom. So you already know that same thing that you'd be playing anyway in the left hand, except now you come up with your right hand. You are going to be on a toggle between a B and a C. Now if you want to, you can do it like this, but I would limit it to just 3 notes at a time, all right? B, C, and E flat. And I like to do it with pinky on E flat, my index finger on B, and C with my middle finger. So you're toggling here. That can be a little ticklish until you get used to it. Okay, so that's your first one while you're playing over F. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are going to move down to your toggling between B flat and B natural with your pinky on a D. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You're actually only going to go through 2 counts on G. So here's your F7. And then you're coming down and you're toggling between C, or you're toggling between F sharp and G with your pinky on C. Okay? So you're here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch that again. Okay? Okay? Now, in the next section, now we move and we are on a C. We're toggling between an A flat and an A. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we move to a toggle between a B flat and a B with a D up top. 1, 2. And then we move back down to A flat to A with C. And then we just hit an F chord, which is F, C, and A. So watch that. You're here. Oh, excuse me. Here we go. Let me slow that down even farther. Okay, one more time, real slow. A little bit faster. And then it's a G chord down here. Well, only the good die young. Okay, so, let me play it not at full speed, but at a decent speed. So, and I'll come into it. Whoa, 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 come out, come out, come out. Virginia, don't let me wait. Catholic girls. Sorry, I won't sing because that botched me up. Whoa, 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 whoa. even a little bit slower. Okay, give me just a second. My camera is about to run out of juice and I must plug it in because I don't want to lose everything we've just done. There we go. We're in good shape. Okay. Probably should have just plugged it in the first place. Okay. So I'm going to run through that one more time for you at a decent slow pace. Only the good die young. Alright, and like I said, you can go as long as you want to with that. Generally, when you see Billy do that, all he's going to do in person and live is he'll go, whoa, 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 well, come out, come out, come out, but Jenny, don't let me wait. You Catholic girls start much too late, but sooner or later it comes down to fate. You know, just to give it a hint. Okay? But if you want to, you know, if you want to and you want to put in the time to get your wrist to where you can do that, then that's the whole line. Okay, so I'm going to show you in the next section how you can end this sucker, and then we'll review everything and make sure that you can put all the pieces together. So I'll see you in just a second. Alright, so now we're going to look at how to exit this song, because you already know how to play keep repeating that because it's, you know, at the end. Only the good die young. Only the good die young. Well, only the good. Only the good die young. Ooh, so you're just repeating that section over and over and over. So when it's finally time to end, when you want to end, now you come down on a G with your left hand, and here's what we're going to teach you how to do with your right hand. Excuse me. Not as hard as it sounds, but it sounds really cool. So, what is your right hand doing? Your left hand's just going G, F, C, and then B flat, B, C. Okay, your right hand is doing all the work. You are going to take an F and a D flat up here together, like that. Here's middle C, by the way. So up an octave, and there we go. So it's, you toggle to a D natural, bottom, bottom, then come down on a G, bottom, bottom, triplet, one triplet, or triplet, however you like to count it, bottom, and then you toggle. You're on a D and a B flat, and you toggle to a B natural, bottom, to an F. Bottom, bottom, bum, bottom, bum. And then you come down on a B and an F together like this and toggle from F to G. So. And then one more time on the D flat and the F, like that, just an octave lower. Let me play that really slow. Over a G bass. Excuse me, I'm looking at the view screen again. Okay, here we go. Okay. See? And that's how it comes off and at full speed. And I don't play it clean every time. I mean, I make mistakes, but quite frankly, it won't matter. If you get most of it right, it'll just sound cool. But if you can get it right, it's just always better. Okay? And then you come down to an F, and you're going to play a D and an A together. And you're going to toggle between D and E flat. Da, da, da. It's D, E flat, D, C. And then you roll over the top of your thumb like this and bring your old middle finger down on an A flat. Then G, F. Watch that. Oops. Okay, and the last part of it is you hit your thumb on F, and then roll your middle finger over again like that onto an E flat. D, C. Watch that real slow, the whole line. Here we go. See? Okay, now let me play that whole thing a little bit slower yet. Okay, one more time. Even one more time. And at full speed. a cool line. I love that. And then you come up to a C, and you play B flat octaves here. And I play a G with them up here with my fourth finger, like there. And then you come down to A's, which I play an F with. And then I play G, E, and G. And then just octaves, E, flat, D, C. And then it's B flat. I play a B flat chord, a B flat 7 chord, which is A flat, D, and F, over a B flat bass, bum. Then I play a B7 chord over a B bass, which is A, E flat, and F sharp here. And you don't even have to do that. You could just play B flat, B, C in your left hand, bum, bum, and then come down on the C9. If you want to, you can do that. I half the time don't. So let's simplify it a little bit. You've gone like this. Bum, bum. And then your last chord that I like to play is a C9, which is C bass. Then you play an E, G, B flat, and a D. And then just kind of like there's things you can do. Just move your fingers around. I tend to do this a lot, where I just sort of flutter it from top to bottom while I do this really fast down here. Okay? But you can also kind of however you like to do it. But that's your deal. Bum, bum, bum. Might even throw a glissando in and end on a C. So let's take a look at that whole line. I'm going to play it slow, the ending, all the way through, from the beginning of the ending all the way to the end of the ending. Again, and I'll go slower. One more time slow, and then I'll play it at full speed. Okay, and so in context it goes like this. That, my friends, is how you end that song. All right. I'm gonna just in the next section, I'm just gonna go through each of the parts that we've learned and make sure that you see how they all fit together and you've learned the whole song. Okay. Here's our final wrap up, and what it comes down to basically is you learned this part obviously, at the very beginning. We learned how to do this. This is the only place it's played at the beginning. Oops. You know, and I botched it. Sorry about that. So anyway, you learn that section, and then it comes in and we learned how to do the verses, which is come out Virginia, don't let me wait. Now we learn the chorus. Only the good die young, dum bum. Then we're back to a verse. Another verse. Back to another chorus, and it goes, or if you like the other thing, it goes, you got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation. You got a brand new soul, oh, and a cross of gold. But Virginia, they didn't give you quite enough information. So we learned that part. Verse. Now we're here. Here's another chorus. The good die young. Now here's our fun little part up here. Said your mother told you all that I could give you was a reputation. She didn't count on me, you know, did she ever say a prayer for me? And here's where this little thing comes in. Be the one. Tell you only the good die young. Only the good die young. Ooh, 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 ooh. And when you're ready to end it, then you go, hey. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the whole song. Congratulations, you have just learned Only the Good Die Young. And if you haven't learned it yet, you have the tools to learn it. And that's the best I can come up with on it, guys. Like I said, I've been practicing this stuff, Billy Joel in particular, for about 22, 23 years, trying to fill in the spaces that the very, very wide spaces that the sheet music I've been able to find leaves open. So thank you so much for purchasing this tutorial. As always, please go to my website, shoot me a message. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like me to do in the future. My business will always depend on your feedback to get better. I commend you, as I said earlier in the video, for doing something to better yourself and to bring yourself some more joy. If everyone in the world took the time to do stuff like this for themselves, we'd all be a lot happier, and that would have a ripple effect. So I really, really do commend you. I appreciate your patronage, and goodness, I hope that this was of some value to you. So I'm Piano Man Steve Lungrin, and I am signing out. And remember something, if you are not having fun when you're making music, you are doing it wrong, my friend. Happy playing, and thanks so much. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.